According to legend, Fairy Hill is the home of the wee folk, leprechauns, fairies, and elves. My grandpa used to tell us stories about the wee folk, like he was personal friends with the fairies and leprechauns of Fairy Hill. I thought he was crazy until last summer when he came to visit, and the king of the leprechauns and queen of the fairies decided to come along with him and see the new world for themselves.
Top of the morning to you, Michael Dennehy.
Your Highness, the Queen Maeve of the Fairies.
It seemed like Grandpa was crazier than ever, warning us about the tricky ways of the leprechauns.
Oh, it's perfectly fine to befriend the wee folk children, but you must never, ever eat the food they offer you. One taste, and your soul is enslaved to fairyland forever.
Talking to wee folk that no one else could see.
That's a load of blarney, and you know it, Michael Dennehy.
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You'll not trick me into trying it.
Grandpa, don't talk so loud, okay? Because to see them, you have to believe they exist.
Figments of the imagination, are we?
Oh, no, you don't. None of that, no!
But when weird things started happening around the house, we all started to believe, and we all eventually saw them for ourselves. That's how I came to be friends with the wee folk.
Leprechauns? Top of the morning to you, Michael Dennehy. The rest of the day to me.
When Grandpa invited me to visit him in Ireland this summer, I was excited to see the wee folk again. Little did I know of the strange adventure that awaited me on Fairy Hill.
Mikey boy, did I ever tell you the story of Finvara, king of the dead, and his mortal wife, Nuala?
A couple of times, Grandpa.
Well, right you are. But it's a story that bears repeating. You see, Finvar and his queen dwell in the underworld, the land of the dead. But once every full moon, they rise up to the earthly realm in the form of a shrieking evil wind, searching for the leprechaun's sacred gold. Fortunately for the wee folk, Finvar and his evil host can't set foot on Fairy Hill unless they're invited. And as long as the leprechauns dwell here, you can bet your boots that'll never come to pass.
Top of the morning to you, Michael Dennehy.
Your Highness, Patrick, Flynn.
Oh, 'tis a fine day indeed.
Hey, guys.
That's no way to address His Majesty of all majesties.
Show some respect for His Royal Highness.
Sorry, Your Majesty. I didn't mean to.
Belittle you?
Oh, starting up the wee folk jokes again, are we?
You'd better mind your tongue, young Michael Dennedy.
Don't be angering His Highness.
He didn't mean to anger him. The lad's just having a bit of fun.
Oh, well. Ha, ha, ha. He, he. Ho, ho, ho.
Hey, watch this, you guys.
Oh! Well done, Mikey boy. Your magical powers are getting better and better.
Ah, it's nothing but a trick. Big folk don't have magical powers.
Hey, Patrick. Want some bread?
Delicious. Thank you, lad. Oh, put me down, you great galumphing gazoo. Oh, don't be tickling me. No, I can't stand being tickled.
If I let you go, you owe me 3 wishes, right?
Yes, right, 3 wishes. Anything you say. Oh, only put me down, you great blabbermouth bully. Oh.
Well then, lad, what'll it be?
Oh, yeah. Well, I suppose you'd be wishing for me truck of gold. You wee big folk are just as bad as the big folk. The greedy lot of gossoons if ever there was.
Now, don't be shy, lad. Patrick's obliged to grant you whatever your heart desires.
I wish for 3 fish.
You mean to say 1 wish for 3 fishes? Or 3 wishes? 1 fish per wish?
Now, take your time, lad. No need to rush. It's a grand moment. And one that can change your whole life. Now, for better or for worse.
A leprechaun is obliged to grant your wishes. But if he can find a way to trick you, then trick you he will.
3 wishes for a total of 3 fish.
Very well, then. 3 wishes for 3 fishes. No sooner said than done.
Be jeepers! I got myself a live one then!
Wee folk, off and away.
Grandpa, look!
Good morning, gentlemen.
Top of the morning to you, ma'am.
Hi.
Do you mind if we have a drink?
Help yourself. There's plenty more where that came from. Begging your pardon, ma'am, but I don't believe I've seen you before.
I'm just visiting. I'm staying at the old castle in Fool and Derrick Glen.
Is that right now? I don't recall that old heap being habitable.
It is. Just barely.
Well then, that makes us practically neighbours. The name is Michael Dennehy.
I'm Morgan. Morgan de la Fay. And who's this young man?
Oh, this here's me grandson, Mikey. He's visiting me here for a couple of weeks. Come all the way from America.
Well, it's a great pleasure to meet you, Mikey.
She's a beauty, she is.
She's immortal. Remember what trouble that could bring.
Ask her what she's doing here, Michael Dennedy.
You just be quiet now.
I beg your pardon?
I said, it's a bit quiet now. But things liven up every Tuesday when the tour bus comes.
Tour bus?
That's what I said. You see, the tourists come, and I take 'em up to Fairy Hill. Show 'em the home of the leprechauns. Teach 'em about the fairies and other wee folk.
Really? How fascinating.
Well then, if you're interested, Mikey and I could take you up there right now. Give you the grand tour.
I'd like that very much.
Right, Mikey, come along, lad.
Something tells me not to trust that female big folk.
She doesn't seem a very nice one to me.
Silence, you pointy-toed ninnies. I'll have no such talk about the future queen of the Leprechauns.
So, this is Fairy Hill. It's spectacular.
A magical place it is.
Have you actually seen a leprechaun?
Oh, yes, indeed. Leprechauns, fairies, all manner of wee folk call Fairy Hill their home. This way, then.
Wait here.
Good boy, Pookie.
These stones have stood like this for 5,000 years, guarding the entrance to the home of the Leprechauns.
Really? Do you think I could see one for myself?
Well, you never know. Leprechauns are mischievous tots. Hello in there. Anybody home? Your Highness. Patrick? Flynn? There's someone up here who'd like to make your acquaintance.
Shh. Carry a word.
Well, thank you so much for the tour.
'Twas a pleasure, lass.
Mikey, I wonder if I might employ you for a few hours tomorrow. I found some old boxes in the basement that I want to bring up and dust off. A bit of a junk collector, I'm afraid.
Well, you see, Grandpa and I were going to go...
He'd only be too happy to lend a hand.
Brilliant. We'll say 9 a.m. Bye now.
Thanks a lot, Grandpa. Perhaps Mom neglected to mention I'm allergic to dust.
Don't be mad with your old grandpa, Mikey boy. Think of it as an adventure.
The fishly aroma hangs about my royal vestments. Bring me my courting cape, kind Patrick, arrayed in my royal finery. I shall reveal myself to my future queen.
No, Your Highness, don't do it for the Queen! We don't want the Queen!
No, I wouldn't feel comfortable roaming about in my underpants.
Please, Your Majesty, it's 500 years since we shared our home with a mortal queen, and that was a right royal fiasco, if you recall at all.
And all she wanted was me clock of gold.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Leprechaun matrimony is a most delicate prospect. I have to consult the laws of nature.
Your point is sharp, Court Wizard. Consult you me.
Janice!
Not a word of this to the fairies.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Not a word about what to the fairies?
I was just issuing a royal proclamation that not a word of unpleasantness shall ever again pass Leprechaun lips with regard to the fairies, and that I, King Kevin, Majesty of all majesties, hereby declare a new era of peace and goodwill between our two realms.
Listen to me, you pointy-eared little geezer. You can't keep secrets from the fairies. Tell me what it is now, or I'll tickle it out of you.
You can't talk to me like that. I'm the king of the Leprechauns, and you're in the Leprechaun realm. Just what are you doing here in the first place?
A stranger has invaded Fairy Hill, leaving behind a trail of destruction. She trod with no respect upon the flowers of the fairy realm.
Ah, yes, that's the future.
Silence! I'm aware of this intruder, and I intend to pay her a visit to discover what her intentions are.
Your point is sharp, Your Majesty. We'll go together.
As Majesty of all majesties, I must forbid it, Your Majesty.
It could be dangerous, Your Majesty.
As ruler of the 5 caverns of Skibadeen, I alone must face the intruder.
Dressed like this? In your finest array?
In matters of diplomacy, it always pays to strike a good first impression.
Your Highness! Oh, don't you look all fine and dandy?
Why, thank you, Michael Danahy. Well, I'm off to visit a certain young lady.
Good boy, Pookie.
Let me out! Let me out and I grant your 3 fine wishes. If you'll only set me free.
Who? Or what? Are you?
Open this bag. And you can see for yourself.
You're a... leprechaun?
His Royal Highness, Guardian of the Sacred Gold, Lord of the Woodlands west of Dingleberry, ruler of the 5 caverns of Skibadeen, His Majesty of all majesties, King Kevin of the Leprechauns. Oh, at your service, ma'am.
I don't believe this.
Oh, but you must. For you captured the leprechaun and you set him free. And by the sacred creatures of the Skibadeen, I'm obliged to grant you 3 wishes.
Really?
Oh, indeed. Now, think carefully now.
All right, then. For my first wish, I'd like a fine meal for us to share.
Oh, could you be more specific? Because if a leprechaun can trick you, then trick you he may.
Well, what I'd really like is strawberries and cream.
Wish number one granted.
And for my second wish, a bottle of champagne to celebrate.
Your wish is my command. You didn't exactly wish for glasses, but, well, I threw them in as a little bonus.
I'm famished. Won't you join me?
How could we resist?
We?
The royal we? To us.
Your Highness! It's time to come home! Your Highness! Night draws in, and evil spirits are abroad!
Oh, dear. Come along now, Patrick. It's getting much too dark.
Oh, right you are, Flynn. Here we go. Up and away!
Good morning, Your Majesty.
Oh, the saints preserve us. I must have dozed off for a moment. Oh, yeah, I must be off and away. The leprechauns are there searching for me.
But aren't we forgetting something?
Are we now? What might that be?
My third wish.
Oh, so that's the game of it, is it? Oh, you big folk are all the same. Greedy rascals, one and all. So, what's it to be then? I suppose you want me crock of gold.
I wish you a safe and pleasant journey home.
You wish me a safe and pleasant fare thee well? Oh, well, that's a most unusual request. No mortals ever wished for a leprechaun's well-being. As long as leprechauns have been handing out wishes. Oh, so be it then. King Kevin, Mom, your humble servant. Ooh. Off and away.
Humble servant. You silly little leprechaun. You've eaten my enchanted cake. That makes you my slave forever.
I will see you tonight. When I take you and all your silly little leprechaun friends to the land of the dead and present you to Finvara, king of the underworld, and resume my place beside him as... Nula, Queen of the Dead.
Your Majesty! Where are you now? Royal Highness, please come home!
Hey, you guys.
Oh, Mickey boy. Oh, don't be sneaking up on us like that.
Tell us, lad, have you seen His Royal Highness,
Guardian of the Sacred Gold, Lord of the Woodlands west of Dingleberry, ruler of the 5 caverns of Skibbereen, His Majesty of all majesties, King Kevin of the Leprechauns?
No, not since yesterday.
Something tells me there's a foul plot a-brewing.
Really? Why?
His Majesty ventured forth to court that mortal female.
And he hasn't been seen or heard from since.
You went to see Morgan?
Yes, that's her name.
Name of an enchantress.
We fear His Majesty has tied the knot of matrimony without observing the proper rituals.
The court is in chaos. Just when we were getting nice and comfy.
Calm down, you guys. I'm sure everything's all right. I'm going to see Morgan right now. You want to come along?
Oh, no, we couldn't be doing that.
No, it wouldn't be safe to leave the home unattended.
'Tis a full moon tonight. Someone has to keep Finvara and his evil host at bay. Your Majesty! Your Majesty! Give us a sign of your royal whereabouts, please!
I thought Fairy Hill would be an easier target. With only the silly little leprechauns and mad old Michael Dennehy to look after it. But that awful little boy, Mikey, presents a most interesting challenge. I abhor clever little children. They're so difficult to deceive. But one bite of my enchanted cookies, and he'll be my slave forever.
Your Majesty, you had me scared for a second.
Oh, young Michael Dennehy, what are you doing in these woods alone?
I'm going to see someone.
Well, you'd best keep moving then and not be dawdling.
Why?
These woods are no safe haven for the likes of you. They're home to a host of evil spirits. Even the wee folk carry a lucky charm when they cross through these woods. Here. Take this 4-leaf clover. It'll bring you good fairy fortune.
Thanks, Your Majesty.
There's a good boy. Now be off on your way.
All right, see you later, Your Majesty.
And no more dilly-dallying.
Eye of newt and tongue of weasel. Paint chips from a mad artist's easel. Milk left out in the sun for a year. Wax from a hippopotamus ear. Toenail from a leg of mutton. Hair from a monkey's belly button.
What a beautiful girl Delafaye is. What a beautiful lady she is. The finest of queens ever sit on my throne is Morgan Delafaye. Top of the morning. Top of the morning to you, young Michael Dennehy.
Hi, Your Majesty.
What brings you to these fine woods this beautiful morning?
I promised to help Morgan do some stuff. What are you doing here? Patrick and Flynn are really worried about you.
What, Red?
They said you didn't come home last night.
I didn't come home last night. What day is it, lad?
Tuesday.
Tuesday? Where was I, lad? Yesterday, then.
They said you went to see Morgan.
Oh, Morgan. My betrothed.
Your betrothed?
A leprechaun business, lad. And it is no concern to you, mortals.
Your Majesty, are there really evil spirits in these woods?
Evil spirits? Of course not, lad. Evil spirits were banished from these woodlands, 1,000 years ago. Where on earth did you get such an antiquated notion from?
Queen Maeve told me.
Oh, don't be influenced by the gossip of the fairies. The fairies are the least intelligent creatures in the wee folk kingdom.
From what I've seen, they're one step ahead of leprechauns.
Oh, just like your grandfather. Starting up wee folk jokes, eh?
Sorry, Your Majesty. Maybe you ought to go home and let him know you're all right.
Right, try that. Wee folk. Oh, yeah. Wee folk, up and away.
Gobbler now.
Morning, Mikey.
Hi.
Are you ready to go to work?
I guess so.
What is it, dear?
It's weird. From the outside, this place looks like a creepy old ruin. But when you get inside, it's kind of cool.
Yes. It's an interesting effect. This place is very, very old. Stay here a moment. I'll be right back. I don't want my cookies to burn.
Cookies?
Special treat for you. For helping me.
Stinky
boy. I'll have to enchant him quickly before he finds me out. Too much eye of newt. Hopefully he won't notice. Children are such gluttons for sweets. Damn potion. Losing its effect. Here we are. Let's have a little snack right now, shall we?
Sure.
I hope you enjoy them.
Thanks.
Go on, eat. It's delicious. Come on now. You don't want to hurt my feelings, do you? I know how you little boys love your sweets. There, that's better. How do you feel, Mikey?
Okay.
Are you ready to go to work? My sweet little slave?
Sure.
That's a good boy.
Wow.
The collected treasures of 100 generations of sorcerers. I discovered it quite by accident. It's our little secret now. And if you ever tell anyone, you'll suffer unbearable consequences. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Good boy. Now, you see those old chests?
Uh-huh.
Bring them to me. Good boy. They're exquisite, aren't they?
What's in them? Treasure?
It's none of your business. But I'll show you anyway. They're perfect.
What for?
For my collection. I want them cleaned and polished. I'll be back in a few hours.
If His Majesty isn't back by sundown, we must choose a worthy successor to the throne.
Ha! There's not a leprechaun living worthy of His Majesty's throne.
His Majesty's throne! Majesty's throne!
I wasn't speaking of a leprechaun, Patrick. I was thinking more of myself.
A fairy can't assume the throne. It violates the laws of nature.
Laws of nature! Laws of nature! Well said, young Patrick.
That's right. It's known as the Wee Folk Kingdom, not the Wee Folk Queendom.
Kingdom! Kingdom! Kingdom!
Listen to me, you pointy-eared little sycophant. Oh, as Queen Mother of the Fields and Streams, I have every right. 'Tis the full moon tonight, and someone must keep Finvara at bay.
Well said, Your Majesty. The laws of nature bend beneath your infinite wisdom.
This is anarchy.
Anarchy! 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 It's a black day for leprechauns!
Black day! Black day!
My first decree as Queen of the Woodlands west of Dingleberry.
Ah, but Jesus!
Your Majesty!
What are you doing on my throne?
Begging your pardon, Majesty.
All hail His Royal Highness, Guardian of the Sacred Gold, Lord of the Woodlands west of Dingleberry, ruler of the 5 caverns of Skibberdeen, His Majesty of all majesties, King Kevin of the Leprechauns.
Who is responsible for this anarchy in my court?
Not us, Your Majesty. We tried to overthrow her.
But she wouldn't listen to reason.
Well, we thought she'd met with some horrid fate, and by the sacred treaties of Skibberdeen, we were forced to name a worthy successor.
Her? She named herself, Your Majesty.
You, a fairy, assume the mantle of power. But Jesus, is there no end to your ambitions? And you allowed this revolution?
The balance of power swings both ways, Your Majesty.
Bah! Fairies! Away!
As you wish.
Not another word of this, ever! Now, on to leprechaun business. In preparation for my royal matrimony, I require trinkets for my betrothed. I therefore command each and every one of you to set forth this day and return with some object of beauty for my beloved fiancée.
But, Your Majesty, we can't sally forth willy-nilly. 'Tis the full moon.
But I, Your Majesty of all majesties, shall remain here with my most trusted and loyal subjects, Patrick and Flynn, to ensure that the evil spirits and forces are held at bay.
Us? We 3 haven't got the power to stand alone against Finvara.
Aye, Flynn. Methinks His Majesty's brain is clouded.
If there are no further objections, leprechauns, up and away!
Love you, no. I can't wait till I be there. We are wed and we can be together.
Your Majesty.
Yes?
Are you all right, Your Majesty?
It's a lovely day.
Can we get you anything? Your pipes? Or how about a drop of the old Mountain Dew, eh?
I'm perfectly content. I'm composing a sonnet.
Poetry now. Sonnets, no less. Very wrong.
You're a genius.
Excellent work, Mikey. I think we're going to get along just fine.
Well, I gotta go. I'm supposed to meet Grandpa for lunch.
Just one more little thing. Please.
Sure.
You see that leather contraption?
Mm-hmm.
Bring it to me.
Okay.
This will do nicely.
What is it?
It's a special harness for heavy labor.
Well, I gotta go.
I'll walk you out. This is a little gift for your grandfather.
Thanks.
Make sure he eats at least 2 of them, understand? And be here at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock? I'm not sure, Morgan. Grandpa and I were supposed to do some stuff.
Be here at 6 o'clock, boy. And don't be late. Come on, Pookie. Find me some leprechauns.
Fiddle-dee-dee, golden gifts His Majesty. For leprechauns like you and me, we have to make do with cakes and tea. Hi-dee, fiddle-dee-dee, bearing gifts to His Majesty. You can keep all your treasures from days of old, but please don't be touching my pot of gold. I beg your pardon. Saints preserve us, you Michael Dennehy. You frightened the bejeepers out of me.
Hi, Casey. What's going on?
Important errand for His Majesty. No time for chit-chat. And be a good boy now and put me shawl down, and I'll be getting along.
Do you want me to help you?
No, I must carry it myself. It's all part of the ritual. Good day to you, lad.
All right, Casey. See ya.
Hi-dee, fiddle-dee-dee, bearing gifts for His Majesty. You can keep all your treasures from days of old, but please don't be touching me pot of gold.
Must make a fine show of ourselves at tonight's fairy ring. Oh, will you look at that? Now, where do you think they're off to with that lot?
Found a new dwelling place. There's only room for one queen on Fairy Hill.
16 leprechauns set out on a hunt, and not one returned. I don't like it, Your Majesty. I smell misadventure in the air.
Don't be such a pessimist, Patrick. They'll be along all in good time.
Stop that, you!
Ah, but Jesus! What are you doing here?
The Demon Queen, Nula, down by the stream.
Nula, Queen of the Dead. Oh, saints preserve us.
I must be mistaken, Your Majesty. Or maybe it was a dark vision of sorts.
No mistaken, Your Majesty. She snatched up 4 leprechauns in the blink of an eye and rode off through the Forbidden Wood to Fallenderry Glen.
Fallenderry Glen? Ha-ha! The home of Morgan de la Fay. Could it be, Your Majesty, that Morgan de la Fay and the Dark Queen Nula are one and the same?
No. Absolutely impossible.
Not so, Your Majesty. Being mortal by birth, the laws of nature do not forbid her from the earthly realm.
Silence, slaves! Doubt not the virtue of Morgan de la Fay, or you'll have my wrath upon your heads. I'll hear no such grumbling about the future queen of the Leprechauns.
Enchantment!
His Majesty's enchanted.
Me? Enchanted? How dare you impeach my dignity? Court wizard! Arrest them!
The Queen Mother's point is sharp, Majesty.
What? You too betray me? You, Flynn. Dear, kind Flynn. My most loved and loyal subject. How say you?
Well, begging your own pardon, Majesty, but I agree with them.
What's done?
Restrain him quickly now and hasten him to Fairy Mount. Pray we're not too late to break Nola's spell.
Fairy Mount? But no leprechaun has ever set foot on Fairyland.
No leprechaun with half a brain would ever do so.
Then you have nothing to worry about then, boys. There isn't half a brain betwixt the lot of you.
Well said, Your Majesty.
Traitors! Blasphemers! Oh, faithless friends!
Saints preserve us! It's Nula, Queen of the Dead!
Just 2 more tasks, kind neighbours. And we'll be off for our rendezvous with Finbar. First, there's the problem of that smelly little boy and his meddlesome grandfather, but my enchanted cookie should sort that one out soon enough. So, I'm off to collect one last treasure for my little menagerie. His Majesty of all majesties, King Kevin of the Leprechauns.
Grandpa! Grandpa! Grandpa!
Mikey boy, what is it, lad?
Something really weird's going on. I saw Morgan, but she didn't look like Morgan, and her horse, Pookie. It's Kapuka, Grandpa. And she captured Casey, the leprechaun, and rode away laughing like a witch.
Whoa, whoa! Slow down, Mikey boy. Perhaps you've been spending a bit too much time alone with the wee folk.
It's true, Grandpa. She tried to feed me fairy food, but I tricked her. And now she thinks I'm enchanted, so she treats me like a slave. But I'm not. And she told me to feed you some, too.
Fairy food, you say? Enchanted cookies, eh?
There's something really spooky about her.
This looks like an ordinary old cookie to me.
Yeah, but they're magic.
Mikey boy, I think you're letting your imagination get the best of you. Just you watch your old grandpa now. I'm going to eat this cookie just to prove it to you.
No, Grandpa, please! Don't do it!
Be jeepers! Come on, we have to warn the leprechaun.
No! Finn! No! Finn! Patrick! No, you can't do this to me! Point, the king of the leprechaun!
There now, hold him perfectly still while I administer the cure.
No. What cures might those be, Your Majesty?
Leafy cures. Fairy food. To thwart the power of Nula's enchantment.
No, anything but fairy food. Yeah. Fairy greens. I can smell it from here.
Is there no other hope for him, Majesty?
Oh, just be quiet, the lot of you. We fairies know best.
I'm feeling stronger. The enchantment's full up. I'm back to normal.
Hold him steady.
You can't do this to me. I'm the king of the leprechaun.
Your Highness, Patrick, Flynn, come up here quickly now. We've got a big problem on Fairy Hill.
What if she's captured them too?
Come on, lad. To Morgan's place to see for ourselves.
Set him free now. Let him express his fairy nature.
His fairy nature?
Everyone, even leprechauns, have a touch of fairy in them.
Nice.
No, aye, Mark. 100% leprechaun. James, where are we? In the fairy realm, Your Majesty.
Fairy realm?
What are we doing here?
You were enchanted, Majesty. Your brain was clouded, even more than usual, by your lady love, Morgan de la Fay, who just so happens to be Nola, Queen of the Dead.
James, you say so?
She's now scouring the countryside, capturing leprechauns for goodness knows what demonic purposes.
Capturing leprechauns at night at a full moon. It's a foul plot indeed. What say you, court wizard?
Fimvara's coming to ransack Fairy Hill.
Fimvara! Oh, dear! It has to be stopped, Your Majesty.
But we can't do that. We don't have the power to defy Fimvara.
Oh, yes. Right you are, Your Majesty.
Young Mike is on the way to Newlet's castle. Michael Denny have to be warned. The lad's in grave danger.
Well said, Majesty. Or a leprechaun.
We've helped. Up and away. You go and warn Michael Denny. Tell him to meet us at Fallenderry Glen.
Oh, no, you don't. If you're going to face Nula, I'm going too. You leprechaun, you think you know it all. But your cause is doomed to failure without my fairy influence.
Balderdash, I'm not afraid of that.
Come on, Grandpa, hurry.
I don't know about this, Mikey boy. I've heard tell this castle's haunted.
Be cool, Grandpa.
What did you say, Mikey boy?
Shh. Is this the sort of thing you learn from watching television?
Nah. In school. Come on, Grandpa, we have to hurry! Oh, man. She must be some kind of witch.
Jeepers.
Careful now, Mikey boy. What are you doing now?
Just mixing some stuff up. Altering the recipes a little bit.
Oh, she's the clever one. hit the elder as well, me friend.
Please, hurry, lads, before Nula returns.
Nula, you say?
Nula?
Nula, wife of Finvara, king of the dead.
Mikey!
Come on, Mikey boy.
Mikey.
What are you doing?
You told me to come back at 6, remember?
Oh, yes. Quite right. Good boy.
Top of the evening to you, Miss Morgan.
Mr. Dennehy. Did Mikey give you the sweets I prepared?
Oh, he sure did. Thank you very much.
And did you like them?
Yes, indeed, ma'am. Delicious. Ate the whole lot of them, we did.
Good. Then I suppose there's no more reason for pretense.
I beg your pardon?
Be jeepers! Stand aside, you child.
We're members of the Royal Court of Weefolk.
Not for long, little ones. Soon you'll be members of the Royal Court of the Dead. It's time we were going. We have an appointment with His Majesty, Finvara.
Finvara?
Of course. Do you think I'd be collecting leprechaun wishes for my own pleasure? My pleasure will return to me 100 times over in the underworld. I need one mortal. Only one. With the purest heart. To carry my treasure across the great threshold. So you, old man, can stay with the leprechauns.
Grandpa! Dear heavens! Look what she's done to Michael Dennehy!
Oh, Michael, it's a foul day for you, dear friend.
It's a foul plot, Majesty. I'm taking it by the second.
Don't worry about me, friends. It's Mikey boy who should be helping now.
That's better. Isn't it, child?
Yes, ma'am.
You are my servant now, aren't you? You feel in your heart that you exist only to please me.
Definitely.
There's a good boy. Raise your arms. Follow my every command. And we'll get along just fine. Stay there. And don't move. Once upon a time, I was mortal. Like you. I was beautiful. As you see me as Morgan. But eons in the underworld with His Majesty, Finvara, does something to a girl's looks. Fortunately, I have my beauty secrets.
Come, child. To the underworld.
Great threshold. The bridge between the mortal world and the realm of immortality. Once you cross over, you can live forever.
We have to save young Mikey!
Oh, we'd like to, Michael Dennehy, truly we would. But we're powerless against the forces of Finvara.
Demon Mountain. The underworld counterpart to your fairy hill. Gathering place of doomed souls. This is the portal through which Finvara rises each full moon to begin his flight o'er the earthly realm. Any moment now, he will rise in all his glory. And when he sees me, his mortal queen, and the precious gifts I bear, he'll welcome me and take me back to share his throne.
Nula?
What is it, boy? Can't you see I'm preparing myself?
Well, did I hear you say something about a beauty potion?
Beauty potion?
Why do you ask?
Well, if Finvara hasn't seen you in such a long time, it might be nice to look your best for him.
Why? What's wrong with the way I look?
Nothing. You're just trying to scare the bejeepers out of people.
What?
I see what you mean. You're right. One can never be too beautiful.
You awful little boy!
Speaking, you aren't the party that captured us in the first place. So therefore, no wishes are entitled to you.
Run, Mikey boy! Don't worry about us!
But... Patrick!
Oh, don't look at me, lad! What goes for His Majesty goes for me, too.
But I captured you, remember? I wished for 3 fish, but I only got 2. You owe me 1.
1 fish?
No! 1 wish! I don't want the fish anymore! I wish for all of us to be home on Fairy Hill!
Oh, 'tis a nice wish, lad, but 'tis wished in vain. Leprechaun magic is no match for Finvara's.
No!
Well, if His Majesty approves...
Come on, you guys, try it!
Why not? Give it a go, young Patrick.
All right, then. A wish for a fish, no longer wished. 1 wish, unwished, leaves. 1 wish, unwished. Wish, 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 wish.
Wish number 3 granted!
Well done, young Michael Dennehy.
Well done, well done, well done!
Hey, where's Grandpa?
Mikey! In here! Somebody get me out!
God save all here. Another battle with Finvara ends happily.
Be jeepers! What an adventure, eh, Mikey boy?
Yeah, Grandpa. Pretty hairy.
I must admit, I didn't think leprechaun magic could hold a candle against Finvara's.
It wasn't merely leprechaun magic that saved the day. Leprechaun magic alone cannot overwhelm Finvara's power. But leprechaun magic combined with the power of mortal's wish, young Michael Dennehy's true and most gracious wish for our well-being. Now that is a force to be reckoned with.
All right. I set you guys all free, right? Now I just want 1 wish in return. I wish for my grandpa to be normal again.
Well, now you see, young Mikey, we have a bit of a problem with that. For even with the power of a mortal's wish, leprechaun magic cannot undo a spell cast upon a mortal.
But that's not fair.
Fair or not, is clearly set forth by the Fairy Federation.
It can't be done, lad. Not even with fairy influence.
But, Grandpa...
Don't you worry about me, Mikey boy. These are my best friends in the world. I'll get along just fine and dandy.
Well said, Michael Dennehy. Spoken like a... well, not like a leprechaun, but... young Mikey, we'll take care of him, just as if he was one.
Oh, man. Mom and Dad are not gonna believe this.